guys, this is Norris. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing a home DIY video and we're going to be making a chandelier today. This is actually a part 2 to another video that I have 2 weeks ago. Be sure to check out the other video, that way you know how to make the base for this project. Without further ado, let's get started. Before we get started with materials, I just wanted to show you guys what the previous video showed you as far as where we're starting with the base. Be sure to watch the other video to learn all the techniques and everything. That way you have everything ready when you're starting with this part. For materials, I'm going to need these round plates. Comes in a set of 8, but I'll only need 1. Wiring, I also got this set from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to use the silver one. My soldering gun. More of these crystal pieces that I made out of spoons or forks. You can learn how to make these on the first video. Again, you can find that link in the description box. And a long nose plier. To get started, I'm going to take these plates here to create the third layer for the chandelier. I'm going to just simply put the plate under the chandelier so I have it upside down, and that's going to give me an idea of where to put the holes for the wiring to connect the third piece to the base of the chandelier. To do this, I'm going to just go ahead and take a marker and draw 2 lines on the opposite of each other against the line of where the plate meets the bowl. Once I have the line on there, I know that that is where the plate would end if it's directly under the chandelier. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down by maybe about 1/2 inch, and I'm going to put 2 holes below that line. That way I know that when the wire goes directly down, it will be where the plate would meet the top, and I'm going to actually put the wire through those 2 holes. And then I'm going to go ahead and just puncture the 2 holes using my soldering gun on top of the 2 dots that I placed about 1/2 inch below the line. Next, placing the plate back into the bowl, I'm going to go ahead and use the lines and the 2 holes to position where I'm going to poke the holes into the plate. When you're putting the holes, put it a little bit further in so that way it would meet where the holes were punctured on the bowl. Now we have the 4 holes ready for the wire to go through when we're attaching this piece onto the chandelier. Next, we're going to go ahead and puncture holes across the entire edge of the plate. I'm going to space this about 3/4 of an inch apart, and this is going to be where we're going to attach all of the little plastic pieces on. I will also be adding a second layer of crystals on the existing base of the chandelier for the first 2 rows. So I'm going to go ahead and puncture a hole on the end of each crystal piece on the existing chandelier as well. So since I'm attaching a second piece onto each piece of crystal, I'm going to go ahead and count how many crystal pieces I'm going to need on that third layer since I don't have any crystals on it yet. That way I can connect the 2 pieces before attaching it onto the actual chandelier for easier application. To create the wire piece to attach the 2 pieces together, I'm going to take a piece of wire. It's about 1 inch long. And I'm going to bend it so it's got a fishing hook on it. Next, I'm going to hook that onto the actual piece of plastic and then clamp it together and create a backwards hook against the other hook. So it kind of looks like an 8 in a way when it's closed. Again, I'm going to do it one more time to show you guys. So I have a fishing hook wire. Next, I'm going to put it through, close it off, and then I'm going to twist the wire backwards like an 8 so I have another hook on the other side. Next, we just thread the other piece in and close it, and that should create our longer piece together, which is what we're going to put on directly on the third layer. To attach it onto the actual plate, I'm going to put some weight on top of the plate so that way I can kind of spin it around as I'm going. And we're just going to create a regular loop to enclose the pieces onto the plate. Make sure when you have it on there, you have the outside of the crystal pieces facing down, so that way when we flip the plate over, it's going to be facing the right way out. And here is the third layer piece after everything is done and connected when you flip it over. To measure the wire piece, we're going to flip the chandelier the right side up, and then we're going to go ahead and measure on a ruler from the holes that you see in the bowl right here, and then down to the length where you want the third layer to start. After that, we can measure how long we want the wire to be. Make sure to leave some space at the top. So that is going to be the part of the wire we're going to bend upwards to hold the plate. And then we're going to go ahead and just bend it down. The wire length that I went with is 7 inches down from the hole. That would give it enough space for the light bulb, so that way the light bulbs are not touching the plate. Remember, if you're putting lighting on this fixture, please make sure you do not have the light bulbs touching any part of the chandelier, and then also make sure you're using LED lights as well, so that way it does not overheat and melt. To attach the wire onto the bowl, we're actually going to go ahead and thread the 2 wires into the hole. So it's folded, you're doing the 2 ends of the same wire into the hole, so that way it creates kind of like a loop, and you should have 2 loose ends that's coming down from the bowl. And you'll repeat this on both sides, so you should just have the 2 ends from the same wire dangling on the bottom. To attach it onto the chandelier, I actually hung it back up on the ceiling and got on a table, just so that way I have better control and I don't have to hold 2 pieces. But you can see right here, all I did was I threaded the 2 ends of that wire into the 2 holes on the plate, and then I folded it back up, and that held the chandelier up once you have both sides folded back up. For the rest of the chandelier, since it's already made, it was actually easier for me to hang it up and then attach each second piece of the crystals onto the existing piece that's already dangling on there. I just had to make the same fish hook 8-shaped wire piece, and I just attach it on there and then clamp it shut, and that way it actually fell at a much better angle as well. So instead of having to flip the chandelier over and trying to get everything straight, I just hook it up on there and clamp it shut, and that was it. So that concludes today's tutorial. I did already kind of mention the coming of this video to a couple subscribers already. Hopefully this met your expectations, and if you did like it, please give me a thumbs up. If you haven't joined the family already, I would love to see you here. Move those pretty little fingers over that nice red button and subscribe. Be sure to turn on your notifications so you see my videos come up every single week. Other than that, thank you again for watching this video. I hope to see you guys next time. You guys have a wonderful day. Bye!